This is Dent Digest, the podcast dedicated to all things painless dent repair. From the latest techniques to cutting-edge tools, we dive into engaging discussions with renowned dent repair experts. Buckle up for industry success stories, tool reviews, and valuable insights from individuals who have mastered the art of eliminating dents without a trace. And now here's your hosts, dent repair gurus Ryan Shutt and Alex Kukulis.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Dent Digest live show, and we're back. How about that? I'm sorry I have to apologize for last week. There was just no way it was going to happen. I had Josh Dragos call me today, and he was like, what happened to the show last week? And I was like, bro, it was one of those days when you're like, it's just not getting done, and you got to get it done.
Yeah. Danny Hacker's never going to come on now.
It's okay. No big deal. We'll have his competition on. It'll be all good. He'll get over it.
No, yeah, I think he's going to come on in a couple weeks.
He'll be on the Ginger Bros show like 5 more times, so it's no big deal. It's all good. Let him get played out over there.
Yeah.
So, how you been?
Good. Been busy. It's hot, humid.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't even know humid till you come to Maryland. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
You know, it's like an oven here, you know, and then when you get like 40% humidity, it's, you know,
40%, 100% here.
40% with like 115 or 117. It sucks.
You got it made in Arizona. I don't want to hear that.
No, I don't.
You got it made. You don't have snow. You don't have all the bullshit here.
Yeah.
As soon as snow hits the ground here, it's like the world stops. Like nobody knows how to drive. Like I'm 46. We've had snow my whole life, and people still can't figure out how to drive. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And if you get more than 6 inches, it's like everything is closed. It's like a ghost town. So,
if I dealt with snow, I'd definitely have a shop for sure.
Then it's a pain in the ass too, because people bring their cars in, they're still covered in snow. And you have to, you know, by the time you get in, you have heat in the shop. The shop's full of water because everybody doesn't clean up their cars. It's got its own problems too. Right. You have to make sure you're shoveled and salted so people don't fall and sue you. And you know. So
that's a tricky one right there.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you.
How many times have you ever been threatened that someone was gonna sue you?
For what?
Like at your shop just for something stupid?
No, I take care of my customers.
Yeah. You know, there's always that one customer that's like sue happy.
Not here. No. Nobody's got money here. It's all good.
I don't have a shop, so I don't
fix their cars and get out of here. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Most of my people are really good. I can't complain.
There's a lot of people in here today.
There is. I'm going to tell you a funny story. I got a call, and I say this all the time on the show. Relationships, right?
Yep.
Always keep those relationships. The only reason I was talking to another tech, a younger tech, it's kind of just starting his own thing, trying to figure it out. And he's like, man, this is hard, right? Like, this is hard. And I was like, it is, you know, and he's like, yeah, but you know, when you started, you were just hit the ground running. And I said, well, it's 20 some years of relationships that I built, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, today I get a call from, I'm not going to name the shop or the guy that works at the shop. And he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm just going to tell you, we've known each other a long time, but I got your back. I've got your back and you owe me lunch. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? He's like, Dent Wizard was in here and they're bringing us lunch on Monday. And I was like, hell yeah, that is great. He's like, you know, they do wheels, they do dents, they do this, they do that. Because they built a retail facility right next to their shop.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got a dent guy, right? So he calls me. He's like, Monday, when they come in for lunch, I'm wearing the RPS Dent shirt while I'm eating their lunch. And I was like, make sure you take pictures, dude. I love it. I was like, can I join you for lunch, dude? Like, can I just come on up and hang out and just eat like some of your chicken nuggets you got from the Wiz? It would be great. He's like, come on up. So,
that's awesome.
that's relationships, man. You know what I mean? That's
Oh yeah. What do you do? Like, I mean, we're getting older. We've been doing this. You've been doing it twice as long as me, but I'm on like my 15th year. And like some of my relationships, I'm seeing like guys, like the older guys are getting out of the
it's
industry.
hard. It's
And
really hard.
you know,
After
the
COVID, I saw the impact, right?
yeah,
Like I built such a good network, and you were with me for a couple days, and
yeah,
you see how I built that network,
yeah.
and it is really hard because people got out of the industry, people change careers, people
Mhm.
move to different places that don't, that have an in-house guy or whatever. So you just have to build new ones, right? And like I preach to Josh all the time is just, you know, uh, go in there, talk to everybody. Talk to everybody.
Mhm.
Wash guy, the cleanup guy. I'll walk through a body shop and be like, "What's up, man?" I don't even know who they are. I don't care. So my other thing is buy a bunch of shirts and just give shirts out.
Pass them out.
I
Yeah.
never say no to shirts, dude. Even if they hate you and they're friends with your competition, they're still
They
gonna.
want a shirt.
So just go in
Yeah.
there and hand out shirts one day. You know what I mean? And just build
I
those
did that
new
with shirts and
relationships.
hats, and
Yeah.
people I didn't even talk to were like, "Oh, can I have a hat?" They come up to me like they
Yeah.
hear I'm giving out hats, and
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know,
it's little things that, adjusters are where you make your time, right? Anytime you see a Geico adjuster or a progressive adjuster, be, hey, what's up, man? Just talk to him for a couple
mhm,
of minutes, give him your card. I had a progressive
yep,
guy I met like 5 or 6 years ago, came in the shop and he's like, Jesus, you know, I
yeah.
didn't know
You'll be a lot
you grew a
busier if you
shop.
make
And
friends.
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah,
I'm
you could
all
be
about
the
that.
yeah, you could be Bryce Kelly level dent repair, and if no one likes you, you're not going to be making much money.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
what's up,
But
Dwayne?
we're getting some weird storms here, and I think we'll get some hail popping in here throughout. It's
Yeah,
been that we've had some hail hit. I actually had some hail guys reach out to me on Monday, and they were like, "Oh, there's one right
really.
around the corner that popped off," and I'm like, "There's no real damage. It was too small."
There's two
So
hailstorms in Arizona last weekend. I don't
crazy.
think many people know about it.
That's good.
They do
That's
now.
what you like. That's what you
They do
like is
now.
is is nobody even know that it hailed in your area. Just stay over
Right,
there. Stay over there in
right.
Tennessee and Texas. And
It's like nickel size, quarter size.
man, I'll tell you, I got two hail cars from Dover, Delaware, and they're smoked. They're from Nebraska, and they are. This Camry came in, and I was like, the estimator wrote replace hood, replace trunk, and didn't write another thing, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it is smoked. There isn't a circle that isn't touching on the whole car, right? So that thing's going to total. But then we have another one that's like a newer Tundra, and the roofs are on national back order until
Wow.
February of 25, dude. February
Wow.
25th is the next release date for this roof.
What
A
vehicle?
brand new Tundra,
Brand new.
panoramic
Oh,
roof.
yeah. Yep.
So I
Yep.
looked at Josh and I said, "Buckle up." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "We're gonna be doing a lot of glue pulling on this thing,
Is
dude."
is that the one you told me has, like, 500 dents on
Oh
the
yeah, we
roof?
stopped counting
And
over 500, and it's
it's
got a
just, like, the
panoramic.
edges
Yes,
because
it's
it's not
killed.
even not even a whole roof. It's a
It is
lot of glass.
destroyed. There is
There's
not
no
a
ac
there's
I've
not a square centimeter on the hood without a dent.
really?
Yeah,
On those roofs, dude, I've tried to fix a dent. There's barely any access in those.
it's gonna be a push
Like,
of paint, baby. Here we go.
yeah.
Let's get it up.
Yeah, those are hard
Make it.
roofs.
We're good sometimes at making things look different, right? Let's make it look different. So, you get any new tools?
Dude, I did. I ordered the carbon fiber Stucky light,
Oh, you did? Did you get it?
and I got it. Today was the first day using it. I put 4 small lines in the middle, and I'm using fog on the side, and the having no carb like wheelchair battery, dude, is
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
using an ultra stand with it, and
Uh,
I love it.
It does
Like,
get top heavy at times. I
yeah,
use those ankle sandbags on the stand, which help.
yeah. Well, mine's
But
carbon fiber, so I don't think I'm gonna have that problem. I bought the carbon fiber one. It's not
it's a
aluminum.
it's the battery.
The battery is?
That's what gives it the weight.
Okay.
So just keep an eye on it.
I will. I mean, I still have my small lights, but I really like it. I like do you have that
I
Stucky
don't have the
light?
carbon. I have the original aluminum one that's bent up like an aluminum
Yeah.
foil.
Yeah.
You know.
Michael told me to buy the carbon one so it doesn't bend.
How is it? How is it?
It'll still do that, but like it doesn't stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It goes back. But
that's cool.
so I do like that. I mean, it's like $150 more
Yeah,
for that one, but
yeah.
I mean, I really like it. I should have bought it a long time ago. So
It's a great light. I like the
yeah,
fog.
for being mobile, it's
Exactly. 100%.
amazing, dude. Because I have two the limited fatty lights, and
They're
I
too
never
heavy.
used them. I always use the small lights, and
They're too heavy.
I have a limited light that's like 3 months old, and it's already like it's already falling off cars, and I was like, I'm gonna just buy the Stucky light and
You know
see
what
how that works.
I've been using a lot is the Ultra stand with the Medusa adapter.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Yeah,
make
I
that
have that.
little roll around stand with the pole, and then you put a Medusa and
Yep.
it holds your light. We've been using. Josh started using it. I think he brought it with him, and then I was like, man, it makes life so much easier when you're doing. It's
Is it
just
the square base one?
yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of
I
times
have
it feels like if you get the light all the way up, it feels like it's gonna like if you roll it too quick
fall
but
over.
it does a great job, dude. It breaks down quick and easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
it's a
good
bit.
stand.
It's got some money in it. You know what I mean with the Medusa
Yeah.
adapter, but Ultra makes a stand. And it's a limited adapter, but you can buy it
Mhm.
all from Ultra.
Yeah. You know how we talk about like door ding days are over, and like
Yeah,
when you use the suction cup on the car, when you're pushing a big dent or a deep body line dent, the light starts shaking. Have
yeah,
you ever deal with that? Like
yeah,
that's what I can't stand that anymore. So I was like,
100%.
I need a different light, but I do think the limited fade is a little better.
See
Like
the I
it like the orange peel stands out more to me in
yeah.
the limited. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like Stucky is more like a Dent Wizard fade.
Yeah.
Um, but I like both. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like the Eliminate gets brighter than the
Yeah.
Stucky. I really want to get my hands on a new one, the new Eliminate Hail Light.
We saw that at MT. It looks
Yeah.
pretty good. I think
Um,
not having to deal with a cord though is like
yeah, it
that's
is.
what does it for me on that Stucky light,
It
man.
is.
It's
Like I'm
huge
still
for
rocking.
me.
I have an old Pro PDR light that hasn't caught on fire or smoked up with the rest of them. Like I must have got
Yeah.
like the rare bird out of them.
Yeah.
But it works so good. I love that light. It's a fantastic light. But
Everyone tells me that's the best fade out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, I buy extra cords when I'm in MT because they'll charge me like $170 for a $17 cord. So I just fucking buy it in MT, and I'm like, you're not getting my money. They're
Oh
the
man.
worst. You know my hate for them, man. God, I hate
Yeah.
them. And that's a harsh word, but man, I hate Pro PDR.
Yeah.
Shout out. So, hey, at least I'm honest, man, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But no, man, I saw
their cus-
their
no,
customer
I was
what?
gonna say I've heard horror stories of their customer service.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best,
Yeah.
dude. You know,
Yeah.
5-star reviews for sure. Fuck yeah,
That's
let's go.
funny.
What's it called? It looks like that PDR Expo. They were talking about that last night. I think it was the RWO or no, it was the Ginger
RWO.
Bros.
Okay,
Ginger Bros were talking
Kevin
about
Berger. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they were talking about the PDR Expo.
Kevin Bird blocked me, so that's probably why I couldn't see it.
Hey, he's moving here to take a job washing cars.
I know.
So I'm ready.
I'm just kidding.
So
It's a joke, Kevin.
but no, well, man, we're busy. I mean, we've got I think we're getting some of them out, but there was one point where we had like 19 or 20 cars there. It's crazy. I'm like, God damn, we're out of space, and I have almost 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
So
Every shop you have is full, huh?
yeah, it's freaking great. And there's more outside. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that mainly dents or PPF? Or
everything? It's literally everything.
That's awesome.
The bigger dent stuff we're doing across the street, just because we're taking so much stuff apart. You don't have to move it. I really like doing large dents over there just because, you're taking a door off in our shop now. We got to move stuff sometimes to get It's like what did they say? I'm interviewing guys, and there was a guy today that came for a couple hours, and he's like, man, this place is crazy. And I'm like, it's literally an orchestra, right? Like, it's a fine orchestra. Everybody's working at the same motion. Okay, we can pull these two out. Let's pull this one here. It's just a constant move of cars. If I had to do it again and I wanted to build a shop, it would be a square box with multiple bay doors all the way around it. And the reason why is because you never know. Like, if you're in the right corner, you need to get a car out. A lot of times you have to move multiple cars to get it out. If you had almost like a drive-through, would be best for all of the services.
Yep.
So
I do a body shop that does RVs, and they were building a new shop that was just a big square like that, one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
It's but it was really big. It was like 30,000 square foot or something, or 60,000 square foot building.
I'm gonna have trouble filling that,
dude. Not with RVs.
No shit. Who the hell wants RVs?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess there's no like price structure for RVs.
Yeah.
So it's just I mean,
Unlimited.
last started. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of like our industry. You know what I mean? There's very
if
limited.
You hail an RV, don't ride a cheap estimate.
I have had a guy reach out to me about what is that thing? God darn, it was just the other day. What's the all aluminum stainless round looking one? God damn, I can't remember the name of it.
Sprinter?
No, it's like a pull behind.
Genesis?
No, I'll think about it. No. They're older, but they've been around. It's literally like a silver tunnel.
I know what you're talking. I can't think of their name.
Airstream. Thank you, Shane. Yep. Jesus.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Shane.
Let's get our guest on. I don't know if you guys know this guy. He's a pretty quiet guy.
Pretty cool, dude.
He keeps to himself. I mean, he's got a buddy he hangs out with that likes to have a good time too. So let's get him on. What's up, Brandon?
What's going down, Ryan? What up, Alex?
How you doing?
All good, brother. All good. Which friend were you talking about?
Matt.
I got lots
he sells umbrellas.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, his name was Ian, right?
We like to get it. Yeah, Ian. Whoa, that's the second time I brought that guy's name up today.
I had to put the air brake on that one. So
yeah.
So let's get into you a little bit. Where are you from?
So I'm in Southern California. So I, for most part, I'm in Carlsbad. I do a lot of work in Carlsbad, and I live in San Marcos. So all in North County, San Diego, is pretty much where I service.
Okay. Do you work for a company? Is it your company?
So I work for Matt, actually.
Okay.
So Matt he's the guy that I trained with, and I was with him, every day for like over a year before I was on my own. I used to be the alarm guy. So I was a vendor before, and I worked for the alarm company. And one of those years, Matt came up to me and was like, "Hey, you wanna go to Florida? You want to come and sell some of my umbrellas?" And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great time. And everybody kept joking, like, well, when are you going to get to pushing? When are you going to start pushing? When are you going to start pushing? And that first year, I was kind of like, maybe next year. Well, we'll see next year. And I didn't know about PDR, and I didn't know about pricing or anything like that. And I was just like, that looks like something fun. And by the following year, by the time I was at MTE, I was already full-fledged, had a whole car full of tools, and I was already pushing, and nice. I got hooked ever since.
That's cool. Being in California, do you have a lot of ultra tools?
I got a lot of ultra tools.
I got a lot
of you West Coast guys, man. All you West Coast guys.
Yeah.
That's got to be like my favorite tool. Like, their tools are nice.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
tools are high quality, you know.
They're high quality, they're polished, they look nice, they
Yep.
feel nice in the hand. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ultra. I got a ton of their tools.
Oh yeah.
It's a West Coast.
I don't know if
thing,
I've
man.
ever broken a Ultra tool. I've bent the handle
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've snapped a rod.
Now I do have an older rod that did get snapped off, and it's probably like a 36-inch rod, and the tip broke off. So we actually welded it to my shifter, and so the adjustable handles and everything in my car, and it sits like up here. So when I'm shifting, I'm like doing this kind of thing. But whenever I go to the like dent meetups and everything, I'll put like a T handle or something on there, and but that is the only one that I have broken. So
that's awesome.
They are strong.
I've seen that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I've seen that on your story.
They are strong, though. I mean, all the motorcycle stuff that we do, I mean, you are cranking, and it's still just getting it. So I would be scared to use something else.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Yeah, they're old ones. The tip, they used to have that like really small threaded where you'd screw the tip onto the.
That's an old. That was an old Dent
the threads
thing.
on there on the rod.
Yeah.
Those ones broke all the time, but
that was a Dent Wizard deal.
Okay.
That's what we used to get back in the day, was just the tip without the stud. The stud was already in the tool, and you just screwed the tip on. So, because it worked for a while. It worked for what we had, right?
Right.
So
my fear was always breaking the tip and then having those threads come popping through, make a monstrous high spot. I was always worried about that.
Do you use plastic tips ever?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever
definitely
like blown one up side loading?
So I have, and you know what I did one time that was really bad was I had that plastic tip and the thread portion broke off. Now it was my fault because I had it like on a 40-inch rod with like a handle extension and everything on there. I had like 4 extensions stacked on the tip, and it was an aluminum Porsche, like Cayenne or something. And I was just full body, just full pushing into this thing. And I was at like a Porsche specialty body shop, and that thing snapped. Oh my goodness. If it had not been aluminum in the back, I swear that the tool would have came through the metal. And it just made this monstrous high spot on there. But that was the most that I've ever actually had break on that. And so on that one, I'm faulting more the extension than really the tip. But that's always my concern.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I've done it twice, and it's always when I side load, like the wooden tip or like one of the plastic root beer tips. I blew up a wooden round tip and root beer tip, like a midpoint tip.
Yeah, I did this.
I mean, it blew up the paint. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, just confetti. You're like, all right. Yep. Yeah.
I'm done.
No. When I blasted that one, everyone in the shop stopped because everybody heard it. And everybody came over like, oh, let's see what happened over here. And I was like, disaster. That's what happened over here.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of guys don't use them, but for pushing, I love pushing with them.
I love pushing with them. You know, Kevin was, you guys were talking about Kevin Bird earlier, and he was like, yeah, you know, some of these cars that I work on, not me, but him, he's like, some of them go to Meekum and everything. So he's like, you know, you're going to see the inside of it. I don't want to be scraping up, scratching up the inside of the paint and everything. He's like, the plastic gives you, you know, a cleaner finish, less intrusive. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a big fan of those.
It doesn't like model the paint either. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing for me. When you use a plastic tip, it doesn't model it. And people are always like, well, you slip a lot. I said, well, if you use it enough, you'll stop slipping.
There's find
things
it.
you can do.
You
know, but I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
So that first year you were with Matt selling umbrellas, did you know about his umbrella business before then?
Yeah, actually, when I did alarms at the dealership, I started using his umbrella, and I fought him he tried to sell me that umbrella for like well over a year, probably like, I want to say probably 2 years that he tried to sell me that umbrella. And I was all like, no, you know, it's faster for me to just motor through, you know, this and that. And I had all these excuses. And then when I got it, I had to eat it. I told him, I was like, hey, listen, I know I sold you every excuse in the book on why I didn't need it. But then as soon as I got it, I was just like, I never even thought like it puts you in a better mental state. You're way physically more comfortable, and you can do better, more productive quality work. And so that I'm like, I carry 2 of I'm all mobile. So I carry 2 of those umbrellas, and I have both of them set up most days, at least one, but most times I have 2 of them set up.
Yeah. I think it makes your repair better, because I feel like when it's hot and you're roasting, like you said, some of the mindset, but also body. You're like, God damn, it's hot. I just want to get this done. When you have the umbrella, it seems to.
Yep, that's exactly it. You're not rushing so much.
Yes.
You can see clearly, especially on any white cars and everything from me being outside. But, the feeling better is just you're clearer, and you do better work that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I don't have a shade in Arizona, I cannot glue pull. So if I can't pull the cars in somewhere, I have to use the get a grip. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that without it.
Without it, exactly.
And Matt,
I have to put ice on the panel.
Matt and I went
cool
rounds
the panel down with ice
for a long time too, just because I was friends with Ian. Because Ian had the first one. So he's like, you're always using that Mobile Tech shade, and but I'll tell you, using Matt's umbrella was just more versatile. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It just, I felt like it was easier on the fly to move the umbrella around. With the Mobile Tech shade, it was very directional. Matt's was more, I didn't have to move the suction cup as much
to follow you as the sun moves. Yep.
And Matt was always a great, huge supporter of the show and me personally. So, you kind of get to that point to when somebody's, supporting you, you want to support them too. And he's just a great, easy guy. You know what I mean? It was always fun to MTE and the crazy displays. He puts so much time in those displays, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have a good time at MTE, that's for sure. Sometimes a little bit too good of a time, but never a bad MTE.
Yeah, Matt has a good time.
The one time that I did get I got COVID, like not that first year, then there was like the one year that we skipped, and then the following year I got COVID on the way out there, and I was just like, hey, let me get that moonshine. Like, this is my medicine. And I just medicated. I think that's when me and you met, Alex. I was just.
So you're the one that gave it to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. That was me.
I was trying to fix my child dent, and I just started sweating. I was like, I'm sick.
Yep. Yep.
But
I'm glad I stayed home.
Dude, I had a fever. I got it bad. I had a fever for 6 days. 102 fever for 6 days, on and off. It would go and then just come back.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Yeah,
I can't.
It hit me on the way out there, and by the time we were setting up and we were getting onto the booth, I was sweating the whole time, all day long. I lost coordination. I had problems like getting in and out of the back of a truck, and I'll never forget. I was trying to step into the truck, and my foot just missed, and my shin went right in into the tailgate. And there was it was like right out of the Muppets. There was the 2 old guys on the side, and the one guy started laughing like, and I was just they were shit talking, and I was like so out of it that I couldn't even respond. I was like, I'm gonna remember this, but yeah, I had nothing to say. Yeah, it's rough. It was rough for sure.
Yeah,
dude.
So, how long have you been with Matt pushing?
About 4 years. About 4 years now. Yeah.
And it's all mainly wholesale?
Mainly wholesale. I do retail and several body shops. So I like kind of cruising into the body shops.
You like the body shops more?
I do. I kind of like the body shops. They, for the ones that I deal with anyways, like I just picked up a new account last week, and I'm like, who are you using? You called me, but who are you using for your dent guy before? And he's like, we didn't have one. I'm like, oh, perfect. So you just grand slam that first job, just, impress the living shit out of them. And within days they're calling me back, and they're like, oh, dude, you're the man. Like, that's what I like. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
a business of making people happy.
Yeah, I grew up in a body shop, so I used to do a lot of body shops, and I'm not big on body shops. You know,
Yeah.
For me, the only thing good about body shop is if you get hail from them.
Yeah.
You know,
Depends on your situation. You're so if you didn't have that major Toyota account, I think your thought process would be different. You know,
it would.
Like in my position, I look at the retail shop. I feel like, I mean, we serviced 150 body shops at one point, and that's where we made the money. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of wholesale. We just did a couple dealers, and it was all body shop based. But since the pandemic and us opening the shop, my body shop stuff's really kind of came down, and my retail's gone way up. But I believe a lot of it is just call Ryan. Here's a card. Just call Ryan. He's got a shop. Go call Ryan. Go call Ryan. So I think that's the change, like in my business, which is nice.
But not all shops will do that. You know what I mean?
Not all of mine either.
Not
I mean,
all
I feel
shops will do
like a lot of shops here were slow for a long time. That I would go into the body shop, and I'm like looking at the damage. I'm like, well, I could fix that. I could fix that. But they're slow. They're just absorbing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Body shops I said this to Josh today. I had a body shop call me, and it's been my account for like 14 or 15 years.
Right.
They only call when the shit's in the fan. You know, it's always an emergency, always 911. You know, they don't call me, hey, I got a door ding here. You want to take care of it? And he calls me.
What do you mean you can't come right now?
They were like, I need this done. And I was like, you're going to have to bring it to me, right?
Yeah.
It's on the other side. Now it was like 15 minutes away. Now it's like an hour and 20 minutes away because they have to go through the tunnels. And I said to Josh, Josh, answer this question for me. He's like, what's that? I said, who saves us? I said, all these body shops call us in this panic to help them and fix this. Who do I call? Who the fuck do we call? Really? The world's not going to end. Your car's just dented. Like, explain that to me. Who do we call? Hey, Bryce, can you drive to Maryland from Florida to help me out with this? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, talking about that, I had a detailer, like all the detailers here, they want to make money off of me or any dent guy.
Yeah.
And I don't work with a lot. I just won't work with a lot of them. Like,
well, you just need need to sell it with enough markup in it to where you're still making your same money.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at the same time, sometimes it's complex dents. Like, I have to talk to the customer. You know what I mean? Like, I have to educate them. I'm taking your door off, gutting all that. You know what I mean? I like to. I don't know about you guys, but I like to deal with the customer. I don't like there to be a middleman.
Yeah.
And I asked this detailer, I said, well, if I give you a detail, like what percentage you can give me? And he got all weird with me. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you want to make money off of me? Why can't I make money off of you? But
now my question
that I did that, no. Brandon, you're laughing.
Yeah. That's classic too. I'm like, because every single one of them wants a piece of it, and they want you to do it for cheaper. But it's like, like you said, if the tables were turned, are you gonna do it 30% less so that I can make that? You know, you're not. You expect
me to treat you like Cactus Jacks treated me when I first started? You know, the deal. Yeah, the dealership, the buy here, pay here.
So, Brandon, this is a retail question. When you have a retail customer, say they send some pictures to you, you look at the damage, you're like, okay, $350. Are you doing automated text back to them? Almost like a preset text, change the price. I know Mike's big into that and automated a lot of stuff to A3, boom, it'll send an automated. Do you do that, or do you like getting them on the phone?
I don't have the volume that Mike does, so that's a good idea to have all of those the preset responses and everything. But I find that I am not as busy, so I will respond to them in text. If they text me first, if they call me, I like to call them. If I have my choice, I would like to be on the phone talking with them and then just texting pictures and stuff back and forth, because I can convey a lot more of the information. I get a lot better feel for the customer. And expectations, all of that, I get to experience a lot better if we're actually on the phone. And again,
same.
I'm a little old, so I get that the newer generation doesn't like to talk on the phone. But yeah, if I have my choice, I would prefer to be talking on the phone while I'm looking at pictures of the
100%.
damage over text.
I feel like you probably close more jobs when you do it that way over just
absolutely
text.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
I feel like when you just text them, it gives them the option to go price shopping and
yes.
If you talk to them, give them the time of day, they want, okay, I want Brandon to fix my dent.
I think some of it is they still don't understand what we do, right? So you're like, okay, well, you have a Tiguan. Everybody gets these nasty Tiguan dents whacked right on the body line. Every single one of them are whacked on the body line. Laminated glass up front in some of them. You go in there, you're like, okay, it's going to be $400. We got to take the glass out of it. And they're ghosts, right? You just don't even hear them in text message. But if you get them on the phone and you this is why we take the glass out. This is the reason. Not even charging you, the full labor rate to do all of this, but we're giving you a little bit of a break is how I sell it. I feel like you capture the customer more. You're just, this is why this is. It's on a body line. It's hard to repair. It's aluminum. People just don't know. They're like, oh, $350. I still, we're in 2024 and people still think we're going to run and drive to your house for $50. It just blows my mind.
I had a dude last week hit me up with a Tesla hatch, and a crease went from one side to the other. And he was like, oh, from your website, it seems like you could do this. And I was like, okay, some other dent guys have turned them down. And I was real busy at the time. I said, hey, we have to talk on the phone about this. He said, well, how much? I said, just from the length of the crease, you're going to be over $2,000. And he totally flipped the switch and was just like, well, I thought this would plunger out. And I couldn't help myself. I was just like, dude, you could try that. You never know, And he was like, okay, thanks. And left me alone. I was just like, people are crazy.
I want to get in a plunger and paint it and have the hot rod pinstripe guy pinstripe and just let it sit in the waiting room. So just people are like, that's how you fix the dents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Tesla customers, I'll tell you, Tesla, Rivian, those kind of techie people that have the Teslas and are all into those cars, they're the most difficult to get on the phone. All they want to do is text. I have email only. And I'm like, just let me talk to you. Give me contact phone number. Let's, and they just, bro, come on.
Yep.
Yeah. They can be good customers. They'll trade in their cars like iPhones,
Right.
But they could be good customers for sure.
What glue are you using out there?
So I usually swap between the Hog Orange and the Dent Out Red. Okay. Those are kind of like my two go-tos. And then, of course, anything that Anson sends me for free.
Look at that drop. Craig's like, I got you. Let me give you this pink glue. It don't work.
Have
anyway.
you ever tried
the burrow? Glue. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Have you ever tried the Pull Perfect glue?
The Perfect Pull. I actually that's my collision glue. So I keep two guns with me all the time because I don't like switching glue out. So for my collision stuff, that is what I use is actually that Perfect Pull stuff.
I use it for everything. It just works.
Yeah. When I don't
winter
feel like,
or summer, it works.
Yeah. When I don't feel like messing around with it and I just want to get in and get out of there, I'll put that stuff on a little tiny tab and then just rip it. I'm like, listen, I spent a lot of time practicing my tap down skills. My tap down is strong. So I'm like, no, I don't want to sit here and do 25 pulls on this thing. Let me do 2 or 3 and let me just move on. Yep.
I'd rather knock down for 20 minutes.
Of course.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah.
That's where Josh and I are different. Josh is he's been in it, I think 7 years, and he's light years better of glue pulling than I am. Right. Because when we started, we didn't really have glue. We're caveman age. When we did get glue, it was the Worth tabs and denatured alcohol. You would try to get it off, your hands would be all sticky. It's like playing with spaghetti, right?
Yep.
But he's such a finesse puller. You know, me, I'm in there. I'm like, wow. I mean, yank it as hard and high as I can make it, and then knock it down. But he is just such a finesse glue puller.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What's his favorite glue?
Josh,
Mhm.
he uses a lot of green with me. I think it's the
Yeah.
temperature. The temperature in the shop with the green just works really, really well.
Yeah.
But we also use some of the Reaper glue, and then the Perfect Pull. We use a lot of the Perfect Pull.
Yep.
Yeah. I went from Ace Hardware to that green glue. Ace Hardware glue. I used that for like 7 years.
Ugh.
It worked. But then I went to Cam Auto glue, the collision glue, and Perfect Pull.
I like the Perfect Pull. The Perfect Pull comes in that box.
It's nice.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's 60 sticks.
Yeah.
But it sells out a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a lot of times it's not available. What is your feeling in the industry, like where you are right now? What are you working on trying to grow in your position with Matt?
Well, you know what? I kind of took, I had 3 wholesale accounts that I went to a lot, and 2 of them actually got sold off all at the same time. And they brought in their own dent guy. And so I am at a large Toyota dealership. And if I hadn't taken any more steps, you know, it probably would have covered 60% of what I was making before. So I kind of just started taking everything. I didn't turn down any jobs. Like when Toyota said, "Hey, can you do this? Can you do that?" Like, I don't know. Let's see. And there were several days where I didn't make any money. You know, I got paid only in experience. But in retrospect, I think that the experience pay is way better than the actual money pay, because I take that experience and turn that, you know. So I've been taking on bigger and bigger jobs and everything for them. And, you know, I price it accordingly, and they end up saving money over sending it obviously to the body shop. And I like working with them, and it really, it builds that relationship between me and the dealer. Because, you know, I don't have all my eggs in one basket, but I want to say I probably have 90% of my eggs in one basket. So yeah, I try to keep them happy, you know. And I feel that dealerships, they do want to just see that you tried, even if you didn't get it there. You know, lots of times we know within the first hour of the repair, like, yeah, there's a possibility, or there's no way in hell that this is going to go on. So I give them that hour. You know, no matter what, if they came to me and they're like, "Oh, Brandon's got this," then I'm going to at least give them that hour. And that type of relationship wouldn't have been possible if I was comfortable before.
Yeah.
So when I had enough work where I'm like, I can pick and choose what I'm doing, that doesn't lead to the growth that that necessity really gives it. And so, I think it was last week on the last podcast that you were on, Alex. I remember you saying, you were like, I made it a lot harder for the next guy. And I'm like, yeah, I made it a lot harder for the next guy, if not impossible. And the guy that was there before me had been there for like 20 years. You know, he had been there for a really long time. He just knew every single person there. But there was stuff that he was like, no, I'm not trying that. And they had gotten to the habit where they're like, I'm not even going to bother approaching him about doing this, you know, doing this repair, because I already know that there's no way. And I kind of took that opposite approach. And I was like, yeah, like, even if I think it's completely impossible, I'm just going to shut my mouth. I'm going to give you at least that 1 hour. And a lot of times an hour in, I'm like, shit, I didn't think it was possible. But you know what? Now I'm starting to think so. But, you know, I think it was Corey with Dentology told me, he goes, because I was, you know, kind of concerned about that. And he goes, everything that we do is just helping the body shop. So even if you don't get it, you don't get it to where, you know, you thought it was, you're just helping out the body shop. And then I was like, all right, cool. Well, let's change a couple of those tries into push to paints. And then now I'm not working solely for experience. Now I'm getting a little bit of money to do the same job. And the experience is just, I mean, it's priceless.
Even even if you get in there with just cold glue, just try to bring
Yeah.
the bulk of some of that nasty stuff up. They're like, oh man, that looks a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Your expectation is much larger than their expectation. So,
Yes. Yep.
Even if you can't, even you can't fix it, just get something to move, hang on to it for 20 minutes.
Do dent different. Yep.
Yeah. You know, like don't charge on it. Like some guys will still try to charge on that. Don't charge on it. Like
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
if it doesn't meet my
I couldn't do nothing with
expectations.
it.
Yeah. I'm not taking your money, and then nobody can complain about free work. That was my thing. I was all like, hey, even if I can't do that great a job, they saw me give it to them. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to take your money. And they're like, no, you got to bill us something. I'm like, no, we're good. We're good.
When they do that to me, like, no, you guys come on, charge for your time. I'll be like, I didn't put my name on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to put my name on that.
Well, the other thing it does is you're kind of setting it up to where the next guy that's driving by your lot trying to get your account is going to be like, oh, he didn't even try that. And he'll spend all day on it. That's my thing. You know what I mean? We've all done it.
Yep.
We've all done it.
Yeah. It's kind of fun being that second guy, you know?
Hey.
Yeah.
Being this, like my Toyota store, basically all my eggs are in that basket. And except for retail, right? And if I ever lost it, I think I would be all retail.
You would move to Baltimore.
Probably move to Baltimore. I don't know. Maybe. I like the desert, you know.
I'll find you some desert. It may not be desert, it'll be beach, but it'll be sand.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, dude, I think in wholesale, the best store you could have out of high-end stores, any store, it's a Toyota store.
Yeah, I agree.
My Toyota store will sell like 1,000 cars a month. Just one location, you know. It's ridiculous. And like there's other Toyota stores in Arizona that will do 1,000 cars a month too. It's you know, it's a lot.
It's like Subaru owners. Like if you own a Subaru, most of the time you keep buying Subaru. Same with Toyota or a Honda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of more people have Toyotas than Subarus though.
100%.
Yep.
Especially on the West Coast.
Maybe not in Colorado. Colorado, there's a lot of Subarus.
Colorado, a lot of Subies there.
Definitely.
Different place. So
right.
What's your plan? You know what I mean? Just keep growing what you have.
I mean, eventually I'd like to get a little bit more retails. Right now it's word of mouth, and I drop all my cards with the body shops, and I made good friends with the recon manager right there at my Toyota store, and he is probably one of my best customers, because if I'm doing a car for them, he's going to tell me straight, if it looks great and he tells me that, I'm like, perfect. If it looks like crap, he is going to tell me for sure. He has no problems, no qualms telling me like, hey, what is this right here? He was a bodyman for 30 years and a painter. So he's gonna call me right out. But at the same time, he is the face now for all of their retail customers, and he has a lot of people that come in that aren't necessarily Toyota customers. So people that have known him now seek him out, and because of the relationship that we've garnered over the years, is that now I'm like secondhand him, and so I get he tosses me extra work from Porsches, BMWs, whatever, more higher end customers. So I get to see a little bit of everything from where I'm at. But yeah, I mean, ideally, it would be nice to get a few more days of solid retail work. And I've been doing it long enough now that I'm getting, repeat customers and random phone calls. And I'm like, well, how did you find out about my business? And they're like, oh, so-and-so, or so-and-so, you did a great job. And I think that's the way to go. So I'm taking it slow. I'm just trying to impress every single one of my customers, because, and I've told them this before, you guys, I'm sure have seen this, where the customer comes out and they take a look at, oh, you're already done. And then I tell them straight out, I go, hey, listen, I got another 2 hours left on this thing right here. And I know that you're happy with it now, and I'm stoked. But these next 2 hours, these are for all of your neighbors, all of your friends, because they saw it. They all know, and based off of your recommendation, they're going to come and look at it and like, man, he killed it. I can't even tell. and those are the people that I'm putting those extra couple of hours in for. So yeah, every time I go, and again, to shout back out to Matt is, even if I don't need it, I always set up my umbrella. I'm right on the coast, so lots of days I have that coastal cover, and I don't necessarily need it to keep the light off of the panel, but anytime I'm in a neighborhood or anything, I always set that umbrella up, because I get, I mean, at least 5 people every single time. What is this? What do you got going on here? What is this, a suction cup? And then, what are you doing there? And I'm like, I'm pushing out a dent. And they're like, whoa, what? And so I always have a pocket full of business cards, and I hand out to those people that are walking by. So yeah, I think long term, grow some more retail repeat customers, and I love my wholesale account. I know some people are out with wholesale, but if I can stay at this Toyota account for the rest of my active years, like I absolutely will. I love the people there. I love the cars, and we've developed a great rapport. So
that's cool.
Oh
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, Toyota store's gold, bro.
Right, it's a gold mine for sure.
Gold. It's gold, dude. The recon manager at my Toyota store, same thing. They own a Toyota store in California, Northern Cali.
Okay,
and the same owner. And there's a company that works at my store, and they put guys over in California, and I guess the guy that they moved over there they ended up doing dents. And one day I'm with one of the guys of that company at my store, and the recon manager comes up and he's like, "Hey Alex, did you teach blah blah blah?" His name, he said his, I'm not gonna say his name, but did you teach him? And I was like, no. And his, one of the guys that works for the company is there, and he's like, no, he didn't. He's like, yeah, I didn't think so, because he said he did, but he's not that good. I think I'm gonna go tell him to study some more. And I was just like, don't do that. You know, but like, you can't fake, like in PDR, you can't fake it. You know,
you can't.
Sooner or later, it's gonna, you know, someone's gonna say, I know a guy that can make that disappear. You know, back in the 90s, though, I think everyone was dent different.
Everybody was dent different. That was the era.
I don't know. We fixed some cars, dude. We fixed some cars in the 90s.
I don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you that
guys.
That Master Tech class for the Wiz, when they would whack those old Taurus doors with like a big old Johnson, and you'd have to fix it in no time. I mean, we fixed some cars back in the day.
Yeah,
you know, but it's amazing how much faster.
The percentage of dent guys that could make a dent, glass the dent out back then was.
There were some hackers and shackers, baby.
Yeah,
got the drill on the gunslinger hitch ready to go. You know what I mean?
They used hole punches back then.
We did that too. We did that too. I can't say we didn't.
Going to Home Depot, making your tools.
Hey, Snap-on. We got Snap-on screwdrivers we used to heat up and bend, then glue the handles back on it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
I love seeing on Facebook like the old. There's a Facebook group where it's just like all old school PDR or something. Those tools are just crazy. I was like,
I still use some old Dent Wizard stuff. There's like a devil head tool. It's like shaped like this. It's a bar for
it's like a flat bar, right?
It's a flat bar, but it comes up, it goes around. It's got a devil head on it, and you used to put a piece of pipe on the end, rubber pipe. So it was a soft push, and then you would take the pipe off and sharp it out. A lot of times when you get that dent, it's all the way down to the lip where the fender edge comes over. It's like right here. That just always gets it, man. I mean, it just gets in there and does a great job. But, you know, you can't get them. So
I really want Barry's tools. They're kind of like
that,
all shiny and nice.
Barry stuff is
Barry,
nice.
Do you know who Barry is, Brendan?
I don't think so.
He created the doodah.
Jonathan made the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
He has these flat bars that he needs to bring to market, dude.
Okay. It's not similar to the CarePoint one that's like that big S.
No.
That one that just came out, right?
And this stuff's, it's nice. He's from Ireland.
Okay.
So, from where you are in your career, what do you want to see from our industry? What's your expectations? I'm really asking you some good questions tonight. So.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I do see with our industry that we don't see in a lot of other industries is dent guys coming together, where it seems like now that everybody gets more from cooperation than they do from competition.
Yeah.
And that is kind of one of those things that I hadn't really seen in a lot of other industries. And that's kind of one of the, and it's not that it isn't going their way, but everybody isn't on board with that. You know, the people that go to the MTEs and go out to Vegas and stuff and go to the meetups, they're kind of like a select breed. You know, there's not everybody is on that same page. So I would like to see that continue, because I feel that all of the technicians get better because of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I'm not giving away, you know, business or anything by telling you, hey, I use this tool or I use this technique, or, you know, have you tried this? And I love getting that feedback from other dent guys too, because there's a lot of situations where you get in where you're like, I have no idea what to do here. And then you can get on the phone, and with our area, there's a lot of really good techs. And I find that when you keep that communication open, and that when you can kind of team up instead of fighting one another, not only do you get better, but it's a lot harder to stab your friend in the back than it is some random guy. So if I know all of the dent guys around and we're all great friends, and then one bad apple comes in and tries to spoil the whole bunch, it's like, I got backup, you know. We're all on the same page, and it's one of those things where I want to do good, but I want you to do good. I want you to make money, you know, and I want to make your job easier, and whatever I can do for that.
I do feel like your situation is very different in California where you are. There are some really badass techs around you, right?
Yes.
Here, it's very different. There's a lot of guys that don't even want to have a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
I'll roll up on a dent guy and I'm like, hey, you know, I'll walk right up. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
You know, I hear him banging. You know a dent guy.
Yeah.
You know that knockdown from a dent guy.
Yep.
I'll roll over. I'm the bull, and I'll just roll right up in you and be like, what's up, man? What's going on? You know, I am Ryan from RPS, but it's very different here than it is Cali. I see like Mike's dent meetups, and the Brown brothers are there. You know, all those guys are there. Shane. It's very different here. But you know, there's a couple guys that I communicate with locally, but Maryland has a huge dent wizard group too, so they kind of stay to themselves. Kind of like David White has a really good. He's out of the dent wizard, but he's still friends with all those guys. So, I think it's just different per region. I think you guys in California are much more relaxed than we are here on the Northeast.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It's a fine line though, because like you can't be friends with everyone in your market, or how you can grow your business.
Yeah.
You know, I tell dent guys this, like, I did nothing against you, but like if I'm hungry, I need to go grow my business. I'm gonna go selling, and I'm not gonna be like, who's your dent guy? I gotta make sure I'm not knocking on his door. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a business first, then I could be.
I mean, I had a younger tech that was trying to grow his stuff, and he's like, you know, I just don't want to step on your toes, and I'm like, go at it, bro. Have at it. You know why? Because if my relationships are strong enough, it doesn't matter who the hell walks through the doors, dude.
Agreed.
My accounts are mine to lose. You know what I mean? Like, if you lose your account, it's because you did something. You either didn't, especially in wholesale. Like, you could go home at 5 o'clock, they call you, they need you. You know, and if you go there, you know, that's good service. You know?
Or the one time you don't.
The one time you don't, they call another guy in.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
2014, dude. I was hunting on a Saturday, no service. You know, never got the call. But on Monday, there was another dent guy there. They didn't get rid of me. They were just like, "Oh, we're gonna give him some work because he came in that Saturday." I was just like, "All right, see you later."
That's the problem with the world.
Dude, I walked away from the account though. I won't, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with wholesale. That's why guys don't like wholesale, because like loyalty, but there are accounts that are really loyal. But that's where Brandon has backup. Hey, can you cover me when I go on vacation with my family? That's huge. So you have to have your backup, your circle. but you can't be friends with everyone. Is what I,
Yeah.
like. I have a circle, but I can't be friends with everyone. I can talk to everyone, you know.
Yeah.
But
Brandon, what's your tip for the new guys that are coming in now? Give me one tip that would help them that you struggle with when you were kind of learning and growing.
Get used to, at first, putting out product that you are not pleased with. Those first couple of years it's going to be tough, especially, and I say this because I do spend a lot of time over at Mike's shop, and I see a lot of his students. I meet a lot of his students, and that's what the number one thing that I tell them is get used to putting out something that you are not 100% happy with based off of the skills that you possess, because that attitude is going to mean that next time you're going to have more skills in order to do that. So, but those first couple of years, you just have to be okay. And you won't be okay with it for those first couple of years. But in retrospect, you have to be, I'm okay with putting out just the very best that I can, even though in my mind, the expectation is perfect every single time. I want it to be just like Bryce Kelly every single time. And coming to the realization that you are not that guy. You're not going to be that guy. It's going to take a lot of years, but that disappointment almost in your own work will drive you to become a better technician in the future. So be okay with knowing where your skills are at, and never stop trying to improve or get to that next level or the bigger dent or, whatever it is. Just be okay with that and understand the process, like that this is a process. All dent guys went through that. You're not the first person to do this.
No.
Everybody is going to have those same feelings. If you don't have those same feelings, you're probably going to quit doing PDR because you're a hack. And if you have that mentality of like, oh man, I wish I could have done, you know what? Next time you will do that percentage better. You're going to see that same dent again. You're gonna run into it again, and just take what you learned from the last time, and you're gonna become that much better the next time. It's make those relationships, and then you will become that technician that you in your mind picture yourself as one day being.
True.
So,
So Jeff's asking, what would you guys be doing if you were not doing PDR for a living?
I don't know.
What would you be doing, Brandon?
That's tough. I mean, had I not found PDR, I would probably still be the alarm guy. And that I hated being the alarm guy. People used to ask me all the time, hey, do you like your job? And I used to say, it's something that I found that I can make money at. I can go it gives me the flexibility to be a single father, but oh man. Yeah, I hated the job, and everyone hated you too. All the mechanics were blaming you for everything. It was the finance guy was the only one that liked you, and everybody else, you were kind of like you were kind of the villain. And switching over to PDR, it's great because even if you didn't do 100% as you thought it was going to go, you're like I'm going to have to settle for 95. Just seeing the people stoked about that and being like, oh no, that looks great, and it's just kind of pumps you up, lets you move forward. But yeah, I think the reality of this situation is I'd probably still be an alarm guy. And yeah.
I'd probably be working at a gas station.
I would be an exotic dancer.
Yeah. I was thinking porn star was a close second, a very close second.
Exotic
Alarm guy,
dancer.
then porn star. The pay isn't that great, but the perks of the job are just, you can't beat it.
That's it. Well, Brandon, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, and I'm soon we'll probably get a website going. But for right now, you can definitely find me on Instagram under Nomadic Dents, and I try to post often, but recently not so much. But that's a good thing. When you're busy and you're too busy to post, then that's great. When you see my posts going up and I'm doing multiple posts each day, I probably don't have enough dents to push. So
yeah.
But I can't even.
Consistency
twice
wins that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I even stay consistent, like post twice a week, it does great. But if I don't do it for 2 weeks, it's like I'm starting all over again.
Yes.
I got another.
But what I have
month.
learned, I'll tell you a little tip. So if you have a post that does really well, right? Like you get a lot of likes, you get a lot of views, let it sit before you post again. It seems to really grow.
Okay.
The next one seems bigger. Like if I'll go in and I'll have a really good post, like we did that crappy little scooter with Biden, and it did really well. And then I posted like a photo reel, and it died. Like it just stopped it. It stopped it in its tracks. So
I don't know how
if you
Mike
get
does
something
it.
that does really good.
All right, that's a good tip.
That works. I've heard that, or you probably told me that before.
Yeah.
But you're friends with Mike Lito. I don't know how he does it. Like the stuff he does, like because he doesn't use anyone on his media, right?
No. In fact, he tried kind of outsourcing that, and I'm not trying to speak completely for him, but he did try outsourcing that for a while, and he was having some other editors come in, and it was like a competition kind of thing. And he was like, at the end of the day, he's like, dude, my stuff kicks the crap out of all of you guys. So why I'm not going to hire you to do a worse job than I'm already doing. So yeah, he's an animal. He's like a machine, I
think he's the only one, because that other real viral dude admitted on a podcast he subs it out, the editing.
Who's the
Elevation?
Oh, Elevate. Okay, yeah.
He admitted he subs it out, but dude, it's hard. I couldn't do it like that. Like it's a second job.
It is.
You know what I mean, Ryan? Like it's a second job. Like,
I
mean, I've tried to edit a YouTube video for 5 hours. I was just like not into it,
Yeah. Yep.
And then you make a good video and you think it's like, oh, this is gonna be a banger, and it dies.
And there's nothing on it. Yep.
It's like
And then the one that you hardly put any time in, and you just kind of slap it together, and you're just like, I just need a post up, and you do that, and then that one just flies off for whatever reason. Yeah.
All those algorithms are changing constantly. So you do something that goes viral, you have to stay up to date and like read all their charts, like, or dialogue. I don't even
full-time job.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Yep.
Well, Brandon, I appreciate you coming on, man, and I'm sure I'll see you here at MTE.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. It's been a
Don't
pleasure.
bring COVID.
That's awesome.
Don't bring
Great
COVID.
show.
No, one and done.
Now I know who gave it to me.
We're good. Yeah. Right. Yep. That was
I won't
exactly
forget that.
Yeah. I'll buy you a drink next year.
All right.
We're over there. We'll make it up.
Brandon, have a great night. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good one.
See you, Brandon.
See ya. That was good.
That was a good show.
It was.
He's super cool, dude.
Just chill. You know what I mean? That's all those California guys. David from Pacific Coast. You know.
Brandon's a great dent guy too, man. Like if you could fix those aluminum Toyota panels and Tundra bedsides. When's the last time you did a Tundra bedside?
I don't know. I'm gonna let you know. I got one with 5,000 dents in it.
It's like a 50. No, like not the new ones. The new ones are aluminum.
Yeah, the old ones.
The old ones, dude, like a 50-gallon drum.
Yeah.
You want.
Are the new ones aluminum?
The new bedsides are aluminum,
no
and there's 2 doors that are aluminum and 2 doors that are steel. It's weird. The front doors are aluminum. I'm pretty sure.
Hell yeah.
No. Very strange.
Well, you have a great evening. I'm gonna go to bed. Start it all over tomorrow. And
you got a 2-hour drive in the morning.
Yep. Just an average day, buddy. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
So you guys, thanks for watching. We will see you next week. We'll get another banger. Maybe Danny will come back. Nah, he'll stay with the Ginger Bros. So have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Daddy.
Keep it real. I'll see you.
See you guys.
One. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Dent Digest. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more information or to connect with your hosts, find them on social media at RPS Dent Specialist and at Arizona Paintless Dent Repair. If you found value in today's episode, please share with others. And until next time, this has been the Dent Digest Podcast.